morning and welcome to The Point. It is Friday, May 7th, 2021. Thank you to those of you joining us on the GBN, Grenada Broadcasting Network's Facebook page, the Grenada Broadcasting Network's YouTube channel, the website www.gbn.gd, GBN TV channel 7, 11 and 20. Good morning to the listeners of Classic 105.5, 105.9 and all the folks joining us on Party Grenada and Go to FET Facebook pages. It's always a pleasure to have you. Thank you for tuning in. It is Open Line Friday here on the program where we give our viewers and listeners an opportunity to call in or message us with anything that you'd like to share. The landline number 435-2041. The WhatsApp number is also 435-2041. Please, only written messages on WhatsApp, and you can also post your comments, questions, queries, concerns on the GBN, Grenada Broadcasting Network's Facebook page and the Grenada Broadcasting Network's YouTube channel. Let's go to our first caller of the program. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Blossom. How are you doing?
Good morning. I'm great. How you doing?
Okay, good. Blossom, I'm so happy that the teacher to getting a little time for lunch or otherwise going to demonstrate in town, because there's a lot of teachers need to do those things because there are a lot of overweight teachers or obese teachers. So they need to do those things and break themselves down. Thank you very much.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Lord. Thank you, caller. All right, let me see what is on WhatsApp in the meantime. No calls on the WhatsApp. Please, only written messages on WhatsApp. I will relay them to our viewers and listeners on your behalf. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Blossom.
Morning, how are you?
Hi, I'm fine, thank you. I just watched the news, and there is a British High Commissioner in Grenada. A resident one? Yes or no?
I cannot recall off the top of my head.
Wendy Freeman. This was the information I picked up just as I walked in, and it was the predecessing program to yours just now, the National Report.
On the National Report, I'm not too sure.
They gave her name as the resident British High Commissioner. Any idea where she's located?
No, I'm not sure. National Report is a production of the Government Information Service, so maybe you can contact them and they may be able to further assist.
Do you have a number for them that I can
GIS is, hold on, I have to watch the phone. GIS is 440-2061.
440-2061.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Well, you might know, I might ask, do you have any idea when flights are going to be resuming into Grenada from London?
I recall Minister of Civil Aviation, Clarice Modest-Kerwin, mentioning the return of Virgin. I believe it's next month, if my memory serves me correctly, but you can double check.
Okay,
I believe it was...
Virgin keeps changing my flights, and every time I get booked up for a PCR test, it gets changed again. My next one is for the 21st of this month.
Okay.
So if they're saying next month, that means...
Actually, it could be this month, because I think when she made that announcement, it was last month, April. I just remember May just started. So it could be this month, but you can double check with the office.
Okay, thank you so much.
No problem.
All right,
thanks. Yes, I believe when Minister Kerwin said so, it was at Post Cab last week, which was April, isn't it? Lord, so many things have been happening. Forgive me if I'm mixing up the information. So many things to keep track of. But I believe she did say next month. Last month she said next month, which is this month. I think that's what I recall. Good morning, caller.
A pleasant good morning to you, Blossom, and to all of Grenada.
Morning.
All of the mothers, the biological, those are not. We say Happy Mother's Day over the weekend. And Blossom, we must, as citizens, realize that this is an industrial climate. And if we have to make a comment, let us be responsible. Let us do so respectfully. And it's really not nice. The teachers are entitled, like everybody else, to their 1 hour lunch. And if they so decide to go out of school and have their lunch, that is up to them. Please, these are the same people that have to teach us, that have to look after our children, whether or not we are there. and the children are not always in the presence of the children. There are times you give them time to go home. They play about the bus terminus. They have vacation when the teachers are not there. Let us be respectful. Please, I beg those in authority and the unions to sit down, come to an amicable solution, and help the future of Grenada. They are our children. Human resource is the greatest asset of our people. Have a blessed day, Blossom, and thank you.
Thank you very much. You enjoy your day as well. Let me scroll through the social media before the phone rings again. All right, nothing yet on... Okay, somebody on WhatsApp. Somebody on WhatsApp says, I noticed government doing road repairs in Mount Rush. I live along the road. There is a 40-foot container parked along the parts of the repairs. It is in the way if proper work is done. I am calling on the police and Minister of Works to get the owner to remove that eyesore immediately, as we see the size of the road will be left, and who will pay for additional repairs when breakage takes place. Please get it moved. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Auntie Blossom.
Morning, Miss Jacob. I'm good. How you do? How you do?
Well, I'm fine. And you have to tell me about my mommy.
Mommy is good. She spent it very well.
Oh, God, I just imagine on a picture, you know, that wonderful lady looking, she looking so nice and so sweet to bring forth that wonderful blossom for me this morning. Oh, my God. That is what you call mother's love. And Auntie Blossom, again, I will tell you about a wonderful, handsome, well, I have a lot of mother. But that one, she handsome. She beautiful. Oh, my God. And Mommy Mitchie. Oh, my God, that lady handsome, Auntie Blossom. You know why I go tell you she handsome? That lady handsome to bring forth that wonderful, beautiful, handsome Prime Minister for us. If it wasn't for she, we would have seen the Honorable Dr. Kit Mitchell today. Mommy, God bless you, blessing, and all those mothers. In Keku and Pity Martinique, Auntie Blossom. And I'm begging all you. Go and take all your vaccine. I take my last Wednesday gone, and look, I have a thing. You hear it? I get a wonderful cousin to eliminate it for me. Anywhere I go in the bank, in the way, in the bus, anyway. You're all supposed to get all your vaccine because you don't know what's coming. Whatever coming, the vaccine in your body already, because I could tell you I take vaccine from the age of 14 years to right up to 73 years. Take it. It is very good. So, Auntie Blossom, you take yours already, sweetheart?
No, not as yet. I have to brace myself for the needle. That's why I haven't taken it as yet. I have a fear of needles.
Let me tell you, Wednesday, you know, say, well, Miss Jacob, you go outside and sit down there for 10 minutes. I said, no, so give me that joke already. I don't feel it. All you must take out fear from all you. Fearness is good. Put everything you all have going. Put it in the hands of the Lord and Our Lady. Our Lady taking good care of us, especially Mary. Oh, my God. I must go in the name of Jesus. Forget all this thing they're saying about this injection. And you must have this fear in you. No. I don't have no fear of nothing.
Okay.
Okay, darling?
Okay.
So God bless you and have a wonderful Mother's Day.
Thank you. Many happy returns, Miss Jacob.
Okay, darling.
All right. Thank you very much. Appreciate. I have a fear of needles. It's about 3 times, I think. I went with the intention. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Auntie Blossom.
Morning, Miss Jeremiah. How you do?
How are you?
I think I did.
You think that?
I think so.
I believe you're well big, girl. You're well big.
Thanks.
Blossom, I just want to give Grenadians a little encouragement this morning. I want to encourage Grenadians and to remind them that Grenada is said to be a Christian nation. If you're a Christian nation, then it means your faith is delved and dug in God. We need to know that the God that we serve, if we say we serve in God, the God that we serve is the one who created our bodies. He gave us a spirit and a soul to combine the human. He has no flaws, and there is absolutely nothing he cannot do. Those of us who profess to have accepted Christ as our personal Savior should know who that God is, because he has transformed our lives and make us somebody different to who we were because of sin. We should know he's a God who heals and delivers, protects, keeps, satisfies. There is absolutely nothing our God cannot do. We seem to be putting more trust in what man make and telling us what they make than to put our trust in the God who made us and who knows. Man tell you you're animal, you're a human animal, you're the highest animal. God never made us animals. He made us in his own image and likeness, and he has not abandoned us. We have to repent of our sins and turn back to God so that we could enjoy the blessings that he has waiting there for us. Grenadians, repent, turn to God. God could, there is nothing God cannot do. On March 27, 2020, the Lord showed me a number and a date, March 27. That is the day God delivered Grenada from the COVID. Nobody inside the nation had COVID except those who come with it. And we are playing with God. God is going to deal with our nation. A lady prophesied that, a gentleman prophesied that, about 3 or 4 people prophesied that if Grenada do not turn to God in repentance and stop the witchcraft that Grenada is delving in, God is going to judge us. He's asking us to repent and to trust him instead of trusting man. He said, vain is the help of man. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Do not lean on your own understanding. In all, not some, in all your ways, acknowledge him, and he will direct your path. Trust in the Lord. God bless you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Jeremiah. Blessings to you as well. Just as a note, before I go back to the landline, just as a note, the Special Services Unit of the Royal Grenada Police Force are conducting live range practice at the Pearls Airstrip in St. Andrew. Today, the training is scheduled for 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. So just as a caution for those of you with especially pets and animals in the area, please keep that in mind. The SSU is conducting live range practice at Pearls from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. today. So please be mindful of that. Good morning, caller.
Morning, Blossom. Morning to you.
Morning.
By the way, did you check the people for me for the price I won?
Sorry?
Did you check the people for me for the price I won since in March?
The Revolution quiz, I would have to check again. I don't know what to tell you.
Tell me on there because that's the only time I'm able to get.
That's fine. That's okay. I'm as stressed out as you are.
Yeah. My contribution this morning is as follows. One is that as Hippocrates says, natural forces within us are the true healers of disease. Natural forces within us are the true healers of disease. And it is said that he is the father of modern medicine. Now, the way we have been, I think the people who are trying to get us to accede to their request to take the victory are being very dishonest, because they're underplaying some of the key important things which every human being should be taken as a responsibility for and care of himself. I heard one of the officials said on your program a few weeks ago that yes, well, they're not eating properly and so on. That is good, but that's not all of it. That should be the most important thing. Eating properly, sleeping, resting, all those things are done. Anything should be addition, not the one in front that they're giving us. The vaccine is not the solution to this situation. In fact, I want people to consider that in India, apart from the lack of leadership there, which is the real cause of the spike, the other thing is that that was one of the places that they had the test, the trials. And now we have that variant, that double thing. Is it because that the people who got the jab, they are the ones that are causing the thing to spread? I mean, I'm just raising the issue. We could ask questions, and then maybe in asking questions, we could get the answer. Now, my substantive contribution this morning has to do, and it was triggered by your guest this morning and to the showroom. And I'm glad you brought in Joel because he was one of the people I suggested that come on. He mentioned something in relation to ownership in terms of access, beaches, and so on. But have you noticed or have you considered that we can wake up one morning and we are already a minority in our country because when we're selling, people normally associate the government's citizen by investment program as merely the sale of passports. But it's not really, it's more than that. It's the sale of rights and privilege. Now you can imagine I've heard people, even on your station, say, I am a citizen and my private property. Now, if we let that to sort of even envelope us much, don't you think that not too long ago, we wouldn't even have people trying to escape like in Haiti where they tried to go on the boat and try to get somewhere, or in Africa where they tried to get to Europe. We had to either cave in Granitang and show ourselves down there because these people who are coming in here on the basis of money, buying rights and privilege, would decide the last end of it. And last night on Godfrey's program is interesting that ordinary people are seeing things that I was pointing out before. I mentioned St. George's as being the Kampala, the Uganda Kampala of 1972 when Idi Amin rose to power over the disparity between the British Asia and they're controlling all the business and so on. And somebody on Godfrey's program said that he noticed that there hardly any local business person in St. George's, mainly people who are different to us. Have we considered the effect, the psychological and sociological impact? Anyway, I hope that I give enough information.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, caller. Let me go to the social media. Nothing on YouTube. Let me go to Facebook. Somebody on Facebook says, I think the moves the unions made to have teachers taking an hour lunch outside the school premises is a great move because having the Prime Minister commented tells that the chicken finally come home to roost. I know our children will be out of supervision sad, but you have to hit where it hurts, and I am calling on parents to support the teachers because this fight is not just for teachers but for all public servants. So let us not condemn the teachers, but stand side by side with them, united. We stand, but divided we all fall. Food for thought. Good morning, caller.
Good morning. How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm just trying to get my vibes together. I'm just listening.
All
but
right.
I'm still in disagreement with Mr. Maya, and I don't understand because the only reason why we don't have COVID in Grenada here rampant is because of the borders are closed. It's as simple as that. When the country open up, you're going to see it spread. And I pray to God that, she get it and she stays safe because sometimes we can be fooled by our own ignorance, But my point I want to make this morning, is this, because Mother's Day is close, and I had a conversation with a woman just last week. She had a child roughly about 6 years. And she told me that the father never get a child sent since then. And I want to, it's like I'm kind of, my skin raised. I'm like, 6 years, you want man in a challenge, she's not working. So I'm asking her, taking the coach, she's like, nah, I say, well, you got to do something because the child is missing out. I mean, the child is suffering and something got to be done. But the authorities in Grenada here need to get serious, first of all. I proposed that to the government a couple months ago, I think years ago, and I think they need to put a policy into place. Now, when somebody have a child, right, basically, and they have a problem with the other half. Because not normally happening in Grenada here. I think the state should take care of that child. And then the state take the what is the father or the mother to court. Right? Meaning that where they prove that the child is a personal. Take them to court. And then instead the mother take the father to court for child maintenance, the state take the person to court. Because they still have to take care of that child. And when they find them guilty, they have to pay the state. So the state giving that child $300 a month. And that father, well, the state take him to court and he can't pay. Then he owe the state. He don't owe the child. He owe the state. Then he must pay. You have women take men to court and they owe the court $3,000. They owe the child $3,000 in child maintenance and they don't pay. I mean, come on. I mean, I don't know the bash men here, but the point I'm trying to make is that if you have a kid and the kid had to suffer, and then the government had to come back and find all kind of programs for children because why they left on the street, they grew up in all kind of rough areas, and they you understand, you create a bigger problem in the long run. So I'm just saying that, fathers or mothers, both of them, because, both parents might be playing this kid, who are taking care of the kid, the state need to step in and make sure that child have money to get eating to eat and go to school, and then I'm going to deal with the father or the mother, take him to court, and then they have to pay the state. So then man or money, what they say, man or money coming for them if they don't pay. And then they go to jail. So they pay, they don't pay, they in jail.
Okay.
Outside, they go back in jail again. Because the point I'm making is that the state is supposed to make sure that child eat and drink when they come. Because that child is a Grenadian.
Okay.
So on Mother's Day, I wish that all mothers who are out there and they're suffering and they have a problem with the child father, or fathers who are taking care of the child and their child, they have a problem with the child mother and taking care of the child. I stand out and I wish you all a happy Mother's Day.
Thank you very much.
Have a nice day.
You too. All right, let me go to WhatsApp. Somebody on WhatsApp says, yesterday I took the second dose of the vaccine, so I'm proud to say that I'm fully vaccinated and I'm yet to experience any side effects. So appealing to the producers of the AstraZeneca I'm appealing to the producers of the AstraZeneca to add a little Rivers or Clark's coat in order to boost it a little bit more. Lord. WhatsApp, what I can tell you is you're not considered fully vaccinated until 2 weeks after your second dose. So while you've gotten your second dose, you won't be fully vaccinated or deemed fully vaccinated until, 2 weeks from now would be, let's say, around the 21st of May. 20th, 21st. So 2 weeks from now, you'll be considered fully vaccinated, even though you've gotten the second dose yesterday. Good morning, caller.
Pleasant morning to you, Sister Blossom.
Morning, Nanny. How you doing?
Oh, Nanny, a little so these days,
All right, go ahead.
Yes, I call to Mother's Day greetings to all the mothers of the nation. Also you, advance Mother's Day. And I will be having a sale tomorrow, please God, Saturday, tomorrow, please God, at my home. I have lots of children from 5 years go up to 10, 12 years jeans pants, short ones and long ones. Also a few tops for little girls from 5 years. And ladies tops, $10. And them children own is $5.
Okay.
And I want to tell the fella that to condemn in every time Sister Jeremiah talk, he all time to condemn. But let me tell him, when they caught the woman in adultery and they bring her to Jesus, Jesus didn't condemn her. He wrote on the ground. He said to them, he without sin cast the first stone. And all of them turned their back and they go. And Jesus asked the woman, where is them that condemn you? She said to him, they're gone. So he said to the woman, go thy way and sin no more. So let me tell this fella to leave Sister Jeremiah alone for me, please. And Sister Blossom, you have a blessed weekend.
Thank you. You do the same thing, Nanny, and happy Mother's Day.
Oh, thank you.
All right. All right, back to Facebook. Somebody on Facebook says, Know that the Ministry of Education is aware that teachers will be taking their 1 hour lunch. They can make arrangements to have supervision in place in the schools. Just saying. Another Facebooker says the time has come for every Grenadian to come together with all the teachers for a brighter future for our nation's children before it is too late. Good morning, caller.
Hello, good morning, Blossom.
Good morning.
Yes, Blossom, I just want to say that when we look at the situation, God make man, and God is the one that gave man or men the inspiration to do things. Whether you're a medical doctor, whether you're a scientist, whether you're whatever you may be or you are, God that gave the inspiration. So sometimes, when we look at the science and we look at what's taking place today, when you're listening to some people, as though God is not the one who give the scientists that inspiration to do things. And that has been going along. Scientists come up with vaccines since you're a little child, you're taking the vaccine to right now. So I believe that we need to be a little more responsible. We have a world pandemic, and I want to compliment the people, the Ministry of Health and the official and all the doctors and scientists who are doing their part to get the vaccine to us and so on. But we too have an undertaking that we should encourage people to take the vaccine also, because we have to prepare ourselves to fight against this deadly disease. And sometimes when I listen how people bringing in examples of India and so on, we never been to India, but we quoting what's in India. And I believe that misinformation is a terrible thing, especially when you listen on the social media and so on, and the comments we're making. I believe that people have to be, really responsible in terms of giving out misinformation. And I believe whether whosoever, we should ask those people who are giving the information, what's your source? So I compliment the Ministry of Health, all the doctors, Dr. Sean, and the whole team, and everyone, our good people in Grenada, who are promoting the use of the vaccine. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you very much. You enjoy your day as well. Let me go to WhatsApp. Somebody on WhatsApp says, I have 2 points. One, I enjoy listening BBC, but I realize for 2 nights right into morning there is an echo and noise coming through distorting the broadcast. I don't know if it is from BBC. Could you find out? Okay, I'll find out for you. WhatsApper. Secondly, there is too much hypocrisy in the talk of neglect and care of children in light of the industrial situation. Look around and see the number of small children taking public transportation on their own, some barely tall as the tire of the bus, the amount that go to school without the necessary supplies, and the number of teens on the bus terminus liming until late. When, in the past, the police tried to get them home in reasonable time, the parents cursed the police. Recently, police complained of teens drinking alcohol on a bus tour during the school holiday. We want to talk about neglect of children. It's taking place by too many parents while teachers are fighting hard to train them. They are never supervised by their own parents but expect the teachers to work mercilessly with little rewards. Avex. Thank you, WhatsApper. Good morning, caller.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Happy Mother's Day. Ms. Blossom, I must say that I enjoy listening to your show. It's very informative, and there's some humor sometimes and so on. Anyway, I want to just read Genesis 6, verse 6. The Lord regretted that he had made human beings on the earth, and his heart was deeply troubled. That's New English Version. King James Version says, and it repented the Lord that he had made man on the earth, and it grieved him at his heart. This is from Genesis 6:6. That's the first book in the Bible. And so early in the creation, God looked and he said, what on earth did I do by creating us human beings? That's a lot of thoughts, a lot of things for us to marinate on. Take care. Have a nice day.
Caller, did you also contribute on the WhatsApp?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure, because I'm seeing the Genesis 66 on the WhatsApp, so I wonder if it's coincidence of the same person.
And the reason why I called is because that kind of comment, it was, I was going to piggyback that on a comment somebody made earlier, and I called because otherwise it was kind of awkward to put it in context.
No problem. Welcome the call. Thank you so much for tuning in. Appreciate it.
Genesis 6. Genesis chapter 6, verse 6. We can read it all for ourselves. So what we've seen going on in the world is not anything new. And you know what? It may sound pessimistic, but it will continue, and it's more likely to get worse.
Thank you very much. I appreciate.
You're welcome.
All right, thanks. Let me read one WhatsApp comment before we go to the break. Somebody on WhatsApp says, there have been lots of healthy living education and health nuggets on the Grenada Information Service and GBN TV. So I was surprised to hear a caller complain to the Minister of Health Wednesday about the lack of such information. We need to cut off all the unnecessary drama, otherwise no one will take us seriously. On that note, let's take a break, and then we're going to come back with some more Open Line Friday here on To The Point. We'll be back.
A message from Grenada Solid Waste Management Authority on the occasion of the International Composting Awareness Week.
On the occasion of International Composting Week, under the theme Grow, Eat, Compost, Repeat, we at the Northeast Farmers Organization want to encourage our citizens to use compost for the growing of their crops and the flowers in their homes and around the environment. Composting is better to use instead of the chemical fertilizer. There are more than one reason. When you use the material from your kitchen waste to do composting, you are reducing the amount of unnecessary gas in the environment. You are reducing the amount of material that's sent to the landfill. 40% of what is sent into the landfill is not necessarily have to be there. Because what goes into the landfill is what you see ignite or aid in the burning of the methane gas in the landfill. If you take the very same material from your kitchen and you put it in a bin in your house, around your house, and you watch how this same compost, when you put it into your vegetable, how that will grow, you'll be surprised to know that what you're doing is better for you to eat than what you use from the chemical fertilizer.
A message from Grenada Solid Waste Management Authority on the occasion of the International Composting Awareness Week.
Do you hear what I hear? Listen to the ocean, and you will hear a cry for help. The ocean is hurting, and we are the source of the hurt. But we can stop and start to heal our ocean by preventing pollution from getting into our waterways. It can start with you. Join an active organization, or better yet, make a personal commitment. Commit not for just one day in the year, but for the rest of your life. Let's dispose of our plastic and other waste responsibly, and let's start building resilience. Let the healing begin.
This message is brought to you by the OECS Commission with funding from the Government of Norway. Remlit, tackling ocean pollution from turf to surf.
This Mother's Day will be extra special. As right as New York presents the epic Mother's Day Celebration Virtual Concert 2021, featuring a full acoustic performance by the Hitman, the Veteran, Grenada's greatest entertainer, Elimas Gilbert, the Inspector.
Welcome back to Open Line Friday here on To The Point. Again, the landline number 435-2041. The WhatsApp number is also 435-2041. Please only written messages on WhatsApp, and you can continue to post your comments, questions, queries, concern on the GBN Grenada Broadcasting Network's Facebook page and the Grenada Broadcasting Network's YouTube channel. Back to the phone lines. Good morning, caller.
Oh, my dear. Blassie. Greetings. How are you, my dear?
I'm good. How you do?
Trying to hold on, you know.
All right.
And thank God, by coincidence, I got you, especially on the heels of the last caller.
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
And I recognize that you may have a policy in terms of reading scripture on the station. You already have a special channel for that. But it's very unfortunate, my dear. It's very unfortunate. But allow me just to follow up a little bit with the previous caller. He talked about the Old Testament, the book of Genesis, the wickedness of man, and the last days, things will get worse. Well, I just want to reference this future, what's happening, and I think it is materializing even now. 2 Timothy in the New Testament, 2 Timothy chapter 3, and I will just read about 6 short verses, chapter 3. This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. By the way, I buried my mommy about 5 or 6 months ago, and that was one of our favorite times. She often talk about perilous times coming. She said, it not shall come, it is here. May her soul rest in peace and help us to prepare to meet our God. Verse 2 says, for men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy. Without natural affection, truth breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good. Despisers of those that are good. Traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasure more than lovers of God. Lovers of pleasures more than lovers of God. Having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof. From such turn away. For of this sort are they which creep into houses and lead captive silly women laden with sin, led away with diverse lusts. So my 2 comments on that hopefully is that this COVID scenario, let us put it also within the spiritual context. Secondly, not only the COVID scenario, but what is happening in our society, the morality, the commercialization with businesses, and even I want to zero in on flow. Oh my God. Listen to people complain about flow and the telecommunication system. I've said it before, maybe not on your station. What WWW stands for? The World Wide Web. And people, we are into a web. The sinful satanic web, and grace by grace, slow by slow, we are getting into. Flow right now is changing over the system, and that's only one aspect. You have a lot of things happening. Could you imagine we grow up, and I believe in changes, I believe in technology, but we have our landline. Even when there is natural disaster and your pole is up, and you have the current in your home, in terms of emergency, a criminal person could be attacking in your home, you can use it. Okay. Now they're forcing everybody to go on the internet with a modem, which is not reliable. We are in serious times.
Okay.
WWW. We into our web. People, look out and prepare to meet your God. Thank you very much, my dear Blossom, and let's blossom also by Jesus Christ.
Thank you very much. Enjoy. Let me go to the WhatsApp. It's been a while since I've been on Facebook. Let me see. The last comment I read on Facebook was from Mr. George. Right, so let's go on Facebook. Somebody on Facebook says, if you knew God, and this is in response to the gentleman that responded to Miss Jeremiah. Right. If you knew God, you would not condemn what I have said. It means you have no clue what it means to know God and what he does for those who follow him faithfully. My wish for you is that you get to know God for the saving of your soul. Don't wait for you to end up in hell to believe. Another Facebooker says, my biggest concern is the recently announced Grenlec board. Just like the public purse, it seems as though Grenlec is in the hands of a family and their courtiers. The people on the board lack accounting skills or any knowledge of oil and gas. And let me read this Facebook post before I go back to the landline. Somebody on Facebook says, I want to zero in on Karakou. Yesterday I heard on a radio station program the ambulance is used to run errands for the hospital because the utility van is broken down, and it's been a while now this practice has been going on. I think it is a dangerous practice in case there is an emergency that needs serious attention and the ambulance is running errands. What will become of that emergency where the one ambulance is needed? I am calling on the Minister of Health and the people of Karakou and PT Martinique to intervene or look into the practice. The ambulance should be used for emergencies only and not to do errands for the hospital or workers. Good morning, caller. Good morning, caller.
Good morning.
Morning.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead, please.
Yes, I want to support the last caller. about the telephone system.
I'm sorry, just turn the volume down on the radio or the television.
Okay, thank you. Yes, we are in a serious problem with flow, and a lot of people are complaining about it. Now, over years ago, we paid for a particular service. And that is, we had an additional package whereby we would have call waiting and call forward and all of that sort. A couple of months ago, Flo cut it off from your phone, your landline phone, and you can't make calls as you like. And could you imagine that persons with disabilities having to rely on these services? Now, my mom, who is physically challenged, she can't use the phone now. If she's on the phone now, she cannot stay long because she cannot get any other calls on the phone. And that is so terrible. As a matter of fact, they take off all the other services on the phone. So now your phone is open up to all different things. And people are not speaking about it. It's a terrible situation that needs to be addressed.
Have you addressed it with Flo themselves?
I wrote a letter already, and I intend to follow it up with another one because they keep promising that they're going to come and address it. What they're doing is that they're making it appear like it's a technical problem. So when you call it, they will tell you that nothing is wrong with your line, and they will send a technician to come. When the technician calls, he will say, well, what is the problem? And you explain to him, he said that is not his problem, it's a problem from inside. The problem is once you have internet on your home, they will connect it to the system. Persons who do not have internet, they are left like that. But once you have internet, you are connected, and that is wrong because people have been paying for a service, and now it's disconnected and you continue to pay. So it's a matter that Grenadians have to take on board and address.
So I suggest you contact Flo themselves because it may not be everybody that has that issue, so you can contact Flo.
A lot of persons have the issue. People are not speaking up about it because they're not aware what is happening. A lot of persons have the issue.
Okay, so follow up with Flo.
Matter of fact, with our new system, certain people I used to call, I cannot get them no longer.
Okay, so follow up the issue with Flo. Okay?
Thank you very much.
Welcome. All right, let me go back by WhatsApp. Somebody on WhatsApp says, good morning. We have so much taxes to pay here in Grenada. I hope the man that owns the island pays his taxes. Are you referring to the private island where soon-to-be former Mrs. Gates vacationed recently? Another WhatsApper says, I agree with Ms. Jeremiah 100%. I got my t-shirt last week. WhatsApp, why are some people villainizing the teachers? They are humans too, and they would not jeopardize the students' welfare by leaving them unattended and go on lunch break. While I respect Ms. Jeremiah's views, I wonder about the millions of people that are dying around the world. Are you saying that none of them have turned to God for help? So while God is the center of our lives, we still have to follow protocols and do our part to protect ourselves from this virus. Good morning, caller.
Yes, good morning. I just want to echo the sentiments of the last caller concerning flow. You have a lot of things going on. It's just that you just get frustrated and you just forget about it. And I figure they like that too. When you get frustrated and forget about it, so they just continue kicking the bottle down the road. It happens. It happens. Just the woman is absolutely correct. A lot of people are having problems, but they just it doesn't make no sense because you have to get down there, go stand up outside, then you have to get inside. It's too much. It's too much. And when you call, sometimes you're calling the 800 flow number. That is our next thing. Sometimes they ain't even answering the phone. They ain't even answering the platform. They don't even answering it. So what she's saying is absolutely true. You're having a lot of problems with flow. Look, last night, I did on the internet. Whoops! He just gone off. He just gone off. No internet. About 10:30 last night. And you call them, I say, oh, we don't have enough problem. We know there's no complaints of outage in Grenada. Really? It happens. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, caller. Let me go to Facebook. Somebody on Facebook says it might not only be misinformation that local people are spreading. people listening to world news and are hearing the concerns re the AstraZeneca vaccine. Another Facebooker says, I do not understand how Grenadians could compare Grenada with India. India has the second largest population in the world. And Facebooker again, what does the caller mean? Where is their source? The World Wide Web is plastered with information. It is difficult for people with common sense to understand why Grenadians don't trust the government when you can find answers to state business, that is, who owns the postal corporation, who or how much passport did we sell, etc., etc. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Ms. Blossom.
Morning.
How are you?
I'm good.
Yeah, Ms. Blossom, I have a...
Sorry, caller, could you just speak up a little bit? You're sounding very low. Go ahead.
The phone a bit low too, eh?
Oh, okay. All right. Go ahead.
You hearing me now?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Okay, listen. Since last week, I don't know if other people have the same problem, but I have a serious problem. On mornings, like from about 1 o'clock on mornings, sometime when I sleep, I get up, I put in on my radio. And I cannot get the English program right. It always distorted, and you're getting all different songs on the radio. I'm talking about on GBN. I don't know what is wrong. I don't know if you all are aware of it, but if not, I'm asking you if you can be put in a complaint there, because I realize it's not me alone. I don't know how many people have called about that.
Where do you live?
I lived in Richmond, St. Andrews. That is where I live, Richmond, Laddie area.
And only on mornings?
Yeah, all now, no problem. No problem. But when coming from roughly about 12 or 1 o'clock there, right on to 6 o'clock. I don't know what happened.
Okay, I will pass on the information to the technicians. Thank you so much.
Right, I hope that the technicians are qualified enough to investigate this matter. Thank you.
Thank you very much. They have been doing this for years. Michael been here, what, 2 decades? They are. Somebody on, let me go back by WhatsApp. Somebody on WhatsApp says, people, work with me, WhatsApp. People are complaining about technology and yet using the same technology to complain. Another WhatsApper says, Flo knows the problem. The next thing that is happening is that if current goes, you cannot use your phone. Good morning, caller.
Yes, good morning. I'm calling regarding to the gentleman who just spoke about the distorted sounds coming from the radio. He is correct. I live at Mount Morris, and we get the same sort of feedback. It's been happening for about a few days now. You get that sort of like a double sound. You know, whoever is on, they speak, and then you get that feedback at the back of the on the same program. You know, that is the British program.
What time does that happen?
That happens since around 10 in the night, 10 at night.
And I know what it is actually. I think I know what it is, but I'll pass on the information to the technicians.
I thought we spoke on it, my husband and myself, and I said I hope somebody called one day to talk about that. So I'm backing him up on that. It's you get that very strange echoing kind of sound.
Understood. So you hear music and then you also hear like talking?
Yeah, but this time that used to happen with the music, but at this point, a few days ago, you're hearing the same conversation twice, like somebody is repeating a little delay. You get the first information, but there's a delay of the same story coming back to you right after that person say the first line, you get the line again back, somebody in the background kind of thing.
Okay, understood.
Right,
thank you.
You're welcome, darling.
All right.
Good.
Appreciate the feedback. We're always here to serve, and once we can improve the service, we will definitely try to do that. So I'll pass on the information to our technicians and let them know what is happening. Let me go back to Facebook. Somebody on Facebook says, folks are all over complaining about lack of information, but yet they have all the negative info. Maybe they have to change their sources. I think 1 year of hearing all about COVID, we should be more knowledgeable without having to rely only on messengers. Another Facebooker says, teachers keep the fire blazing until the leader of Grenada feels the heat. Our leader is only one person and he is not bigger than Grenada. So come on, Grenadians, forward ever, backward never. Prime Minister Mitchell has no more vision for Grenada anymore. Why you all can see that? Come on, Grenadians, wake up to reality. Good morning, caller.
Morning, Blossom.
Morning.
I think, it might be interesting for you to invite somebody from Flow on your program. You know how you normally get interesting persons sometimes, most of the times?
Yes.
It might be interesting to have them on the firing line so people can get first-hand information from them, and a knowledgeable person too, and not one that would say, we're coming back next week and tell you how we're going to get the information for you. Somebody that, because there are lots of problems outside, and as this person rightly said, a lot of people have problems, but they just can't be bothered because everybody living with it. For instance, when you go to Grenville, you have to stand outside in the sun. That alone is a deterrent. To wait outside there for your turn to go in to make a simple complaint. You have to stand sometime a whole hour out in the line, 40 minutes, 50 minutes. And I know it's not a joke. I could testify to that, right? So you lose your patience and you just leave. So maybe it might be interesting to get it might be good to get someone from Flow who knows what the workings are so people can ask, throw out questions, and maybe get a little help from there.
I'll see what I can do. But as you say, it's a firing line. A lot of people afraid all in. But I will see what I can do.
They should. Maybe that's probably keeping down people's blood pressure too. And the other thing about it, to the teachers, right? No, I have no problem with the teachers wanting what they need to have. If they think what they need to have is justified, it is justified. But my concern is the children. That's my concern. The children. Their absence may just be the opportunity or the occasion when something terrible might happen to a child. And you know what? That would be remembered by the parent or the parents concerned. They will forget that the teachers were in dispute over their 4% promised to them by December. But they would remember if there was a teacher around, this may not have happened. So sometimes we think we have a just cause, but sometimes we have to toss it over and over and over to see, is it just enough for us to take certain actions? Is it worth it? I could see come January 2022, your 4% is not paid. I'm sure you're going to have parents lining up behind you. But you are simply asked, because of the situation, not only facing Grenada, but facing the world, you are simply asked, let's put it on hold until December. My God. I'm not saying you have to forget it, but you don't have to be so drastic to leave all our hundreds of children that parents have to do a job and wondering, is my child okay? Is my child okay? You know?
Okay.
That's my feeling about it. But I have no quarrels about them wanting their 4%. I have no quarrels at all about that. They want their 4%. They were supposed to get it. Yes, but my God, bear it a little bit. We're already almost half of the year.
Okay.
It's not a long time going. And I think, we could use our judgment. We could use it. God likes good things and fair things. I think we could use our judgment and not leave our children. Some parents have to leave home since 6 in the morning to go to work to St. George's.
Okay.
And the children you expect the teacher to be then, there to look out for your child. I walk to a school all the time, and I have to tie laces as long as I'm going up the steps.
Okay, thank you so much.
Who could just slide and break their hands and break their whatever else.
All right, thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
All right, thank you very much. Let me read the final 2 comments that I can. Let me go back on Facebook. Somebody on Facebook is asking, can you update me on the new COVID regulations regarding no business shall be open beyond 10 p.m. I am not sure I've seen new regulations released in weeks, actually. But with curfew being from midnight, I'm trying to recall what were the stipulations when it was revealed that curfew is from midnight in terms of what time businesses have to close. I can't recall if there was a specification. I will have to double check because, like I said, it's been weeks, and the information is far in the back of my memory because I'm usually home by then. So but I would see if I can find the information for you. And I know why you're asking because I've seen comments about at least one business being shut down at 10 last night. So I would double check and verify for you. And maybe get back to you, not maybe, but get back to you at a subsequent program because it's a time for us to end this morning's open line. So I would find out for you and get back to you with the information if I get it. Thank you very much for tuning in to the point. Appreciate it. Thank you so much for participating. Those of you who commented, called, whatever form of participation you did this morning, I appreciate it so very much. Thank you for your time, your listenership, your viewership. Happiest of Mother's Day to all of you mothers, whichever role of motherhood you play, biological, adopted, just a mother figure in the community, whatever form of motherhood, enjoy to the fullest. Single fathers who play the role of mother, happy Mother's Day to you as well. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. Joseph is up next with Mid-Morning Buzz. Yes, Joseph is up next with Mid-Morning Buzz. He wants me to say Mr. Kato, joke making. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. Enjoy your weekend. I'll be here tomorrow morning, God willing. Bye-bye, one and all.